Let's go back.
Morning everybody. Been up early in the office trying to sort it out. Not sure I'm winning. Playing tennis today. It's really windy outside. I hate playing tennis in the wind. More swings coming at you today. Club face control issues then resulting in the way he turns his body, which is going to be a fun lesson today for people. Yesterday's question. Oh, what a question. Slow play. The biggest reoccurring thing I see with the slow play discussion is not that anyone can offer a solution, because there isn't one. I'm going to do a lengthier video on it, just because it's more in depth than just answering the question. But the biggest thing that stands out for me, that's my tennis racket, is that anger fuels most of the argument. And as soon as anger fuels an argument, or discussion we should say I guess, becomes just full of weird stuff, like craziness. So I don't have an answer for you, but I'm going to do a longer video on it, and I think the biggest thing we need to try and do is conquer the anger issues that we see around slow play. In my opinion, I see it on the course, because most of them come from untruths. I've seen it. I'm going to do a longer video, like I say, on the course where people are getting angry, where they're wrong to get angry, because there's nothing you can do. The situation is what it is. So today's question, to keep the fun moving: dress rules in golf, a good thing or a bad thing? So while you're down there posting your comments, hit that thumbs up button, and remember to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you make sure you click that little bell icon, you'll get a notification every time I post. Right, off to tennis. That is still my electric bike. So today's swing, he sets up for the shape shot he's going to hit, which is definitely a left to right moving shot, which we'll talk about. He makes a backswing where his hips slide from underneath him, often referred to as swaying. So he gets his upper body and lower body basically out of sync. Then in turn now he's going to rotate from back there, dragging that path left, face open to the path, and it's a classic cut swing, falling off it as he finishes. We're going to deal in a kind of a bit of an order to try and sort this out. These people are really easy to fix if you can just get them to rethink it. Right, arrived at tennis. Legs a little bit achy. I think they're going to be quite achy after this though. So let's tackle the setup and then a little bit of your body syncing on the backswing. Simple idea built around an indoor practice session. So up against this bookcase, what I'm going to do, I've got my right foot touching the bookcase. And I'm just going to put my hands together. I'm not particularly going to grip. And I'm going to try and get my right shoulder to touch the bookcase. But you can see here my right hip is away from the case, giving me this slight kind of tilt in my upper body. You want to set up in quite a different way. So obviously from down the line camera we can't see, but people who make your movement often want to set up more this way. So hips back, shoulders more pointing left of target. Then we see on your backswing this kind of action. See how my hips up against the case? Upper body gone this way. That's very common with people who want to swing a long way left like yourself. So again, feet up against, right foot up against the bookcase, space between my hip and the case, right shoulder just touching the case, and now I'm going to make a few turns, don't have to move my arms, with my body, trying to feel like this gap stays relatively constant, hips rotate, upper body feels like it's almost coming over to the case. It's going to give you a very different tilt to what you're getting in your backswing. And when you try to get people to change the way they turn this way, it kind of blows their head off a bit at the start. So doing it indoors without a golf club, getting the feeling, even in front of a reflection, is often a lot better than going and hitting ball after ball after ball, because when you're hitting balls, you're just going to try and be functional, and you find it easier to be functional, obviously, the other way. We need to make you more functional with this idea of turn. Let's answer your questions.
Hey Mark,
hey.
From Australia. Just finished the day up in the office, lamenting over yesterday's round that got away from me again. 7 handicap, trying to fight my way down to lower scores. Started poor yesterday, managed to fight back, walked off the 16th green, 5 over. Pretty happy hitting the ball well, and then finished double bogey bogey and bogey to throw away what would have been a good scoring round again. It seems to be a trend that's happening to me lately. You can get through the first 15 to 16 holes and then the last few kind of falling apart and throwing away good scores. Just wondering what your thoughts are on staying mentally strong throughout the round and thought process for going down the last few holes to ensure that I'm able to keep the scores going and continue to get my handicap lower. Thanks, brah.
Cheers, brah. Common question and a common issue with golfers. I would call it more that if we were to kind of data capture you, we're going to see holes in your technique that enable you to be less consistent. And then it just shows itself over 18 holes. 18 holes is a long time to keep concentration, as we call it, up and keep that ball control up. So lessons around trying to create some kind of swing thought that allows you to find a kind of technique that might sacrifice some distance but allows you to hit target could be one idea. I have go-to shots that won't go in trouble, but they won't be kind of well beaten. They'll just kind of pats, I call them. Other thing you could do is you've got to play to your strengths. Some golfers are worse when they're trying to defend. If you take someone like Mickelson, he's probably never going to go up the last few holes and poke at it. Even if he's leading, he's still going to attack because it's kind of what he sees, how he sees himself around the golf course, isn't it, I think? So you've got to be careful. You've got to find out your niche that works for you. Maybe it's attack rather than going to defend, because when you defend you're actually worse, or that you do benefit more from when you're defending, and when you get to those last few holes you need to be hitting an iron off a tee, an iron down there and pitching on and taking a couple of bogeys. You've got 7 or so, 9 shots, or whatever you said there, so you still have shots to play with. And then the last thing for me as well, try not to let it own you. Try not to make it a thing. Almost try and ignore it, almost kind of stand up to it. Play your normal game. If you play those last few holes enough, what you'll find is that you're going to have bad ones, equally some good ones. Because the other thing I notice with golfers sometimes is they don't put themselves in that situation enough, and they're tested once on it and they fall down and they think, oh, I always fall down in that situation. It's not. Everyone falls down in that situation. You just got to get yourself in it enough times to have the successes, because you got to remember, golf is a game of losses. We lose a lot more than we win. So let's give you an idea for the downswing. Now we've sorted the backswing out. So obviously you want to be going this way, and I want to see you moving this way, so rotating onto that front foot. Simple ideas. Left foot only, right foot up. Just got a wedge here, just pitching them out in front of me. Just feeling that pressure on that front foot on that downswing. That one often helps people move that path in a different direction. If that one's a bit hard, you can just keep all your pressure on your front foot with your right foot still on the ground for support, but you don't want to be pushing down with it. You're just using it there because it makes you feel a little bit more stable, maybe to make a better contact. I also like one-handed wedge shots, so just right hand, just a half backswing, and really feeling like you're trying to just pitch it out in front of you. So to do that with one hand and do your movement, you're going to find you top the ball a lot. Or maybe a bit bottom groovy. Or the worst strike. But certainly to make more efficient contacts, and also to feel like you're going to put any power into it with one hand, just your right hand. Notice I'm halfway down the grip as well. So my hand's in my right hand position. I need to feel like I'm moving that pressure onto that front foot while at the same time rotating my body. That's the only way I feel like I can actually pitch this wedge out with any distance. You can see if you can do it with a 7-iron as well. A few ideas there just to change the order of that downswing and get you moving across. Talk to the hand, the all around listening. Right, we're going out for some tea. Just me and the girls tonight. Classy. There we go. That was a lot of fun, guys, wasn't it? Home time now. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Remember to thumbs up the video if you like the video while you're down there. Hit that. What button should they hit?
The sky button.
That's the one. Just down there. Give it a little tap. Post those comments as well about golf clothes. Good thing or bad thing? That's the question. Exactly.